Here's a survey for you. Which is more annoying? A California politician who passes a paperless receipt mandate, a slack-jawed lackey of said politician wearing a giant sales receipt costume, or the fact that the so-called environmental group on which the politician relied for help is run by, yeah, you got it, the CEO of a paperless receipt company. Hi folks, I'm Gardner Goldsmith for MRC-TV. And you know, instructors in political economics teach us about a term called rent seeking. That's when businesses try to gain not through the competitive marketplace, but at the expense of consumers and their competitors by gaining political advantages through statutes. And it turns out there seems to be a classic example of that right now coming out of California, as Reason's Christian Britschke tells us. On Thursday, the California Assembly passed a bill that would require customers to request a paper receipt before they can be given one. Quote, most of us don't need a physical receipt for every transaction. It doesn't make sense to kill so many trees and unnecessarily expose people to toxins for something we don't often need, said the bill's sponsor, Assemblyman Phil Ting, Democrat of, yeah, you got it, San Francisco. After its passage, the bill now moves to the state Senate. And Ting was nice enough to appear on stage along with a very self-respecting assistant dressed as a sales slip to tell us more about why he thinks it's important to push business owners around.
What we're showing is just what is a typical receipt, and what is a typical receipt nowadays is not just a receipt of the items that you purchase, but is a long list of coupons of advertising, buy this or buy that.
Is the slip man named Skip? We may never know, but thanks to Christian Britschke, we do know more about the bill. Starting in 2022, AB 161 would forbid businesses from providing customers with a traditional paper receipt unless they ask for one. Beginning in 2024, businesses would also be required to provide digital proof of purchase should a customer so request. Cash-only businesses, healthcare providers, and retailers doing less than $2 million in business each year are exempted from the bill. Should you be caught printing up receipts in violation of the law, you'll get 2 warnings, after which you could be fined up to $300 a year. Nothing like freedom, eh? You know, there were some key points missing from Assemblyman Ting's vaudeville review. One of them is the fact that the nominal in-name-only ownership of a business that is actually run by the dictates of the state is called economic fascism. The other is that because of the free market and its inbuilt reward for conservation and husbanding of resources system, the United States has more forest land now than it did 100 years ago. And then there's the fact that the so-called environmental advocacy group on which AB 161 sponsor Ting relied to push his bill, it just so happens that it's headed by the CEO of an electronic sales receipt company. You know, Assemblyman Ting, there was something missing in your presentation, something that I mentioned before that I think could have been important for people to hear. It's a term in political economics. That's right, rent seeking. How strange that you didn't bring that up, Assemblyman. You also didn't bring up the fact that Green America's numbers on the amount of garbage that is created by these receipts seem to be very chameleonic and insubstantial. That is something that Christian Britschke brought up in his Reason piece, but it was lacking in your presentation. And actually, folks, even if Green America got its numbers straight, that would not mean anything economically, unless those numbers were actually attached to real disposal costs. What we have here is Assemblyman Ting trying to fix a government problem with another government fix. The problem is that government is involved with the trash collection system and the disposal of it. If you got government out of it, that would attach price tags to every piece of trash. But that's not going to happen. Instead, Ting goes the other way with economic fascist type of rules and tells business people how to do their business. It really is amazing, and it seems to have a classic example of rent-seeking hidden right in it. Hey, listen, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that little bell, because that is supposed to tell you when new videos pop up. For MRC-TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.